Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel. I am currently working on my paper pumpkin for April 2023's. It was called All the Little Things. This is video number 17. Getting to the end. Oh, I can't believe it's already going to come to an end. Anyways, we are making a set of 4 3x3 cards. I've done a lot of the prep work. We are making envelopes. I'm only going to make one on camera to show you. If you would like to be on my mailing list, please email me at aliceseraphin1969@gmail.com. I'm not even going to go into all the paper pumpkin stuff. I don't think that's necessary right now. Let's get on with the projects. Ready? So I have things stuck on my little clips. This is the first one. This is the first card. Yes, there's a lot of rhinestones on it. Why not? We're going to use the iridescent rhinestones for the card because those are stamping up. This was just my sample. This is the inside. This is the cute little envelope to go with it. I would stamp like happy birthday in here. This would be something you could throw in a little gift, something like that. So we're going to make 4 of them. 2 we're going to say enjoy your day. The other stamp from the stamp set, let me show you, I'm going to use is celebrate today. So 2 we're going to say enjoy your day. 2 we're going to say celebrate today, and we use this on all 4 of our envelopes. So let's go over what you're going to need for 2 of the cards. So I used all of my baker's twine. I'm so proud of myself. I made that first little bow is a little wonky, that my loops are not even. So I made 4. I divided it up into equal parts, 4, and I made 4 little bows. We're going to use those. I have a vellum circle, but let's get into this. So for the envelopes, you will need 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 piece of printer paper. So I have a card base that is 3 by 6, scored at 3 and folded at 3 inches. Now, I should have brought these pieces. This is from the Shaded Spruce card base. And what I did, this is the back, but I can basically show you. Top and bottom halves. The tops we're going to use on the other 2 cards. I cut it up into 4 equal pieces. The front of the card and the back of the card. The back of the card gave me the basic white. The front gave me these. So with this first one, this measures, and I guess I could show you, where's a ruler? This measures 2 1/4 by 2 1/2. It hits there. So there it is. 2 1/8, I guess 2 1/8 by 2 1/2. And I thought I cut it down. Yes, I cut it. It was 2. Let me see the other one. Now I'm getting a little confused with myself. Pull that out of its slot. I thought I trimmed it down. Yes. When you do it, see, this is the top half. Okay. These will measure 2 1/4 by 2 1/2. This one, I needed to cut it down. Okay. So just 2 of them, the bottom 2 are cut down to 2 1/8 by 2 1/2. Now we're going to add, this is a little strip of an envelope. You can see this is that piece here. We're going to add this because we want this whole square. We want to make it into a square. We want it to measure 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. So we're going to make that work with this little bit. And that is this piece you see here. We're using this little scallop piece. Those were my last 2. Okay. I have a 1 3/4 inch vellum circle. These you can get with the online exclusives. This is a 1 3/8 circle in the Regency Park DSP. It was a scrap. I stamped on it with Calypso Coral, and I got my circle. So this is a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 inch square of Regency Park. And this is a scrap from our previous card. And this is, I don't know, about 3/4 of an inch by 2 1/2. And that is going to be for the inside to make that square. Let me show you on the card and then we'll get going. See, I just needed to extend that basic white just a hair. We won't be doing that on the other two. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is glue this square onto our card base. This is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Hopefully I'm in camera. Hope all of you guys are having a great day. My back is feeling great now that I charged it. I told my husband, oh, it was like 9:30. I'm like, oh, don't let me forget to charge my back tonight. And he just smiled and shook his head. Oh, he's like, you should have done it this morning. And I'm like, nope, I got other things I got to do. So I need this to be 2 1/2. So 1, 2, it needs to be right. Oops, let me scoot that over. Might have to do a little trimming here. 2 1/2. There we go. And this piece now we are going to glue onto our card right there. That's all it is, and it might seem complicated, but it's really not. I'm just using up scraps. So I'm going to add a bead of glue here to this little scallop doohickey. I'm going to add that little element to our card. It just covers that line. I already put the glue dots on these vellums. We are using four vellums. Just a tiny difference is all we're going to do to the next two cards. Just a little. So I'm going to stick that down right there. And then Enjoy Your Day is going to get, let's see, we're going to use these edge pieces. And of course I put my scissors away. So one there, one there. And then we're going to use a glue dot to put our bow on. And it is cute, just like that, even if you didn't want to add anything else to it. I'm looking for the glue dots. I moved them because I needed my clips. Wrong size. Where are the little ones? So I'm going to stick that right there. And here's one of my little bows I made. And of course we're going to rhinestones, right? Let's put those rhinestones on there. So we're going to use the mediums. Am I going to use all of them? Let's see. They are not quite as pretty as the other ones. I think we're going to do a combination. We're going to do a large one there. And then we're going to do a little one here. And a little one here. These are like the ones that came in the kit. And then I think we're going to do another couple of medium ones right there. Ooh, very, very sparkly. Very, very pretty. Lots of bling on that one. So that's card number 2, because I already did card number 1. So we got 2 of the same cards, and we'll do the envelope at the end as magic. I already have the envelopes for these done. Oh, we forgot the inside, Alice. Okay, so here we go again. Same thing. We are going to use our grid. I'm going to put just a bead of glue right there because I want this to be at 2 1/2. So over here is my 2 1/2. That makes 2 1/2. The wet glue gives me the wiggle room I might need. So that will work. Little splash of glue on the back. And I need to clean out my little IV bottles. I would be using them, but guys, I just haven't taken them in the house and my back was so bad I just didn't do anything. So there's our first 2 cards done. Now let's move on to our next cards, and this is really using up my scraps. Okay, I didn't write down the measurements, but for the basics of these cards, we're going to use this little piece of that was left over. We're going to use, let me get these all out. So I'm using this piece. This is going to go on one card. That is going on a card. I have these two little strips in the Regency Park. I'm going to use those to my advantage. I have the same circles, the vellum and the Petal Park circle. So we can go ahead and get those on here. We know what those are going to be. So 1, 2, let's get those all done. I probably could have put those on beforehand, but I did not think of it. So celebrate today, there's 1. You can see I'm using bits that I had on my desk. So there's 1, and I know I cut another one. Okay, so there's those 2. We can go ahead and even add, if I can figure out where those glue dots are. Now that you can see where your stuff is on the back, you can add those right to where you added them. So let's set those aside. Those are done. And that's done, that's done. We have our inside pieces. We're gonna work on our outside pieces for these 2 cards, and we're just gonna go ahead and do them at the time. Card base is the same, 3x6 scored at 3. So this piece now is as it is when I cut it in, when I cut the card base into quarters. So that is 2 1/8 by 2 3/4. So now what we're going to do is make it 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And that is what this little strip is for. So I want it to be 2 3/4. So 1 2 3/4 would be right here. So there's that, and there's this, and we're just going to bring that together. It's going to be really close with this one. Very, very, very close. This one might be a smidge. This one is not long enough to do both of them. That one's a little wider. So what I'm going to do is put a tiny, tiny bit of glue right here. I'm going to turn it around because that one didn't look like that end was straight. All right. So I've got my little bit of glue. Here is my 2 3/4 inch line. I wonder if it's, nope, it's not even going to go there, is it? It's not going to quite make it. So what are we going to do? This one, let's do it with this one. This one's a little wider. The other one we'll fix in a minute. So 2 3/4, you see what I mean? I got more with this piece. So the other one, I know how to fix it. Trust me, it will work for what I want. There we go. Just as I had it, it came undone. I might really rub on there since I barely put any glue to begin with. I miss my snips. I really, really do. So there's 1. Now it is 2 3/4, and it should be by 2 3/4, and it is. This one, yeah, we're gonna leave this decorative one for the other. Now I need a little tiny. How am I gonna use this? Watch. I am just gonna cut off. I'm gonna put that little scallop right to the edge in my guillotine. And I'm just gonna give me a little hint of that Calypso coral. And that is going to go, doesn't look straight, does it? That is not straight. Okay, that did not work, but never fear. Huh. Wonder if I can get a strip out of that. I probably could, but I'm not. I have, here we go. This was in my paper pumpkin box. We'll get ourselves a strip of this. Never fear. We will make it work. And we're not going to go with that pattern. We're going to go with this pattern. So I just want a strip. I'm going to bring it right there. And that's going to give me a nice straight edge. Ooh, that looks even better. So I'm going to put this right along where those two meet. And I'm going to add this. And snip it off. I want that little pop of Calypso Coral. Maybe I need to add a little bit more glue. Don't think so. Just think I need to do that. So there. So this one is done. See? Now it's a party. Maybe it's not quite 2 3/4. We'll have to wait and see. And here is our circle. I originally had cut this card base up for something else, and my idea did not pan out, so I had to change what I was doing. Another circle, dot right here. So this worked out. At least in my opinion, it did. Now we do need just a few rhinestones. So we're gonna do the medium one there and 2 small ones. One there and one there. And that's the front. We'll do the back in a second. Let's get on with card number 4. So you guys are wondering, how am I going to get that together? Well, it's going to be simple. I'm going to use this to marry the two together. Yes, I am. So I need to just add my glue. Like so. Actually, probably should have. I want it to go this way. I got the glue in the wrong spot. It's not going to go right where I want it to. Ah, it will in a second. Scotch tape. Handed on this. Scotch tape will make it all better. Flip that sucker over. I'm going to put those pieces together with a piece of Scotch tape. Yes! Hopefully cut straight. And now I can put my little flowers on here. And I'm going to go right like so. And snip again off the end pieces. And I still have pieces from my paper pumpkin kit left over. I'll show you guys here. I have this large piece. I've got that tag. I've got 2 white large rectangle pieces. I'm like, okay, I need to think. So here we go. It's going onto our card base. Yeah, it's not quite 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Don't know what went wrong there, but it's gonna look pretty all the same, and it still looks good. And when I need a little card to go in a little gift of something, I will have it on hand. Glue dot time right there.
Then we're going to do the inside and do our envelope, and we guys will be done with number 17. I can't believe there was that many of them. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we want to do that or do 2, 3? I think we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. So 1 here. We're going to do all medium ones. 2 there. And number 3 right there. So they're all just a tad bit different. So I pulled these. The decorative circle, the Label Me Lovely, which is retiring in May. And these were the back of that card base. We're going to stamp on these. And then what was, oh yeah, I was going to use a happy birthday, I thought. Do I want to do a happy birthday? I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? We're just going to, it's something got on my card. That just made it worse. Did you see that? That made that worse. Okay, let's see. I was going to use the 1 3/4 inch, I believe. Let's see. Yep, that's the one. You guys, I dug these out of this little bag I keep on my desk. That vellum didn't punch well, so now I'm going to keep it there too. Let's see. Maybe I'll stamp on some of those. So there's one. Yeah, we're going to need to do some stamping, at least right there. It's got a splotch. So, you know what? We'll do the little flower. We will fix it. We shall fix it. We need that Calypso coral. And I'm going to put a big flower right there, another there, and there. There's one. Then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. That's how I did the envelope. I'm going to wipe that up before I pick up that all over me. Let's glue these on. That solved that issue. Now you can write whatever you would like to on those when I figure out what I'm going to use them for. Ooh, I like that being at the bottom like that. We're going to leave that because we're going to use it in a second, but let's get our inside pieces glued down. So one is Petal Pink. One is Calypso Coral because I was using bits of what I had on hand. You could still just stamp happy birthday, thinking of you, whatever you would like to on these little cards. That is what is so great about them. I'm just going to put that, oh, that one's going to be at the side because I want the point at the top. Just me, okay? So now we're going to do our envelope. Okay, so here is this little one, has its little envelope. We just need the one. And let's move that aside and bring in that handy dandy, not the scratch tape, that envelope punch board. So I told you for this project, if you do all 4 cards, you're going to need 4 pieces of printer paper, typing paper, whatever you want to call it, that are 5 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I can show you, I messed up on my measurements and I started scoring. I'm like, that is not going to work. So that's scratch paper now, but let's get this done. So 5, 2, and 5/8, and it says 5/8 right there. So I'm going to start by punching, and I use my little bone folder. And I will tell you, do not force this really hard. I like to score it 3 times, nice and gently, because this is just, you know, cheap printer paper and it does tear real easily. So once you do the first measurement at 2 5/8, you don't have to look at this anymore. You just need this little piece that juts out. You just need to line that score line you made, put that right in between there, right there. So I'm going to punch again. You're going to end up punching 4 times. So there's 1,
2, and 3, and it is easy. So I'm going to line it back up with that little shedding piece. I'm going to punch, and then I am going to score 3 times. Turn, and last time. And this is so easy to make envelopes for different sizes. 1, 2, and 3. So now I can put my envelope punch board away. That's the little bit left over. And I don't even need a bone folder to do this because the paper is so thin. I just fold up on 3 of the sides at first. Make sure you have the 2 sides going in. You don't need to do anything to them. All you need to do is add glue to the outer parts of that flap. Fold that in, and that keeps it all together. And there we made our little envelope. Now you can just fold that over, and now we're going to stamp on it. And do I need scratch paper? Probably, but we're not going to do it right now. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and that's first, second, and third generation stamping, and 1 to seal the deal. So that is my project for video number 17. We have all 4 cards and 4 envelopes to boot, and I hope you give it a try and see if you like it. If not, let me know. I appreciate all comments, even when you tell me there's a lot of commercials for the video. I have no control over that. I do apologize, but I have no control over YouTube and their commercials, so there's not much I can do about that. I am sorry. I have to go watch them too when I watch, YouTube videos myself. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked it enough to give me a thumbs up, like, share, or comment, or all of the above. I love the comments. Makes my morning great. So thank you, everyone. And I hope you come back to visit me in my wonderland. Bye-bye now.